Hello and namaste. So I just want to do a short 5 or 6 minute video here on how we can keep our energy up during the winter. So in many places on planet Earth right now, our winters are either very cold and blustery, lots of snow, or in some places they're just kind of damp and rainy, and they're definitely not warm. In a lot of places we have consistent just grayness and cloudiness for the next 3 or 4 months. So it's sometimes hard to get the motivation and really be enthusiastic about going out and doing things. So the first tip is actually going to be to make sure that you get outside at least once a day, and preferably during the daylight. A part of the reason why we kind of feel down is because we're having a lack of sunshine, and sunshine is our vitamin D. So that lack, that energy that we get from the sun is lacking. So we want to get out. We can still get some of that, especially if you have like a partly cloudy day. You might even still get some sun rays on your body. But even if you don't, you know that the sun is still there. You're still going to get some of that vitamin, and you're still going to get the fresh air to help oxygenate the lungs, oxygenate the blood, and get the circulation moving. Even a brisk walk of even 15 minutes, for example, once a day. The second thing is going to be to open your windows a couple times a day. A lot of people, maybe they feel cold, they don't want to open the windows up, but what that's essentially going to do is it's going to move some of that stagnated energy around your house or your apartment or wherever you live. And some of that stagnation is going to break up. It's going to move some of the energy and help you feel a little bit better, help you be a little bit more energetic. The third thing that I want to bring up is actually eating too late at night. Now, we've passed the winter solstice, so we're actually moving now that our days are getting longer in the northern hemisphere, and because of that, we're actually getting more light. This is actually a better thing. Sometimes, as of even just a few weeks ago, we were still getting, in some places, it was dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and so then sometimes we have a tendency to change our eating habits based on the light or the darkness that we're experiencing. Sometimes we may have a lunch a little bit later or a dinner a little bit earlier or later, so to speak, and then we compensate. Maybe we want to eat extra amounts because our body rhythm has kind of changed a little bit. So we want to still try to make sure that we're eating still about 2 to 3 hours prior to going to bed. Eating too late at night is going to bring on lethargy in the morning time then. And the morning time, we're still, in a lot of places in the northern hemisphere, we still don't have that sunshine at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. It still comes up at maybe 7:30 or 8 o'clock in many places. So that would be my third tip, is to try to eat at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. Number 4 is you want to also make sure that you get time to yourself. What happens, especially during the holiday season, we're with relatives, we're with friends, we're doing a million things at one time, and we can almost reach like a burnout. Now we're kind of coming out of it. We're kind of in some new energy now, a new month. So we want to still kind of reflect. We can go into the new year reflecting and taking that time out just for ourselves, whether it's reading a book or whether it's doing some motivation or connecting to yourself via yoga or breath are some excellent choices. So make sure to do that. And then the last thing that I want to bring up for trying to stay motivated and keep that energy through the winter is that you want to keep a routine. So basically, whatever you were doing, I know sometimes the holidays, they can kind of put a jolt in people's schedules. So what can happen is, maybe you were going and you had a certain rhythm that you were keeping up with, and then maybe Christmas came, New Year's came, you had a couple of days off, you had a week off, whatever, and you kind of slowed down a bit. So just like anything, once you get that momentum, you have to kind of work back up to it. So it's important to keep a rhythm and a routine. Anytime you break that, for example, or you change that, change creates stress in the body, and the weather has already created a kind of stressful effect on the body. So we don't want to add two stresses at once, and stress can be, it's obviously a positive thing in many cases as well, not looking at this negatively, but just saying that anytime change is created, anytime there's a slowdown and then you have to pick back up, it does create a stress on the body. So it is important to keep that routine through the winter as well, whether it's your exercise routine or your work routine. And going back to number 4, definitely, even with your routine, find some time in there for yourself. So hopefully these quick tips help and you can stay motivated and keep your energy through the entire rest of the winter. Namaste.